Mike Moore Media.
Checking in with our friends in Stoneville, their monthly town council meeting coming up tonight. Town Administrator Perry Webster is on the line. Hey, Perry, how you doing?
I'm good, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great. Well, we've got the agenda here in front of us, so do we need to just look over that? Doesn't look like a really busy meeting tonight.
No, we have a closed session at 6 o'clock this evening to consult with town attorney and personnel matter, and at 7 o'clock the regular meeting will begin. First on the agenda is the 2024 Rockingham reevaluation and reappraisal. The tax administrator, Todd Hurst, is going to be there to kind of explain what they're doing with the appraisals and reevaluation, and he'll be first. He has a PowerPoint presentation to kind of explain to the council and citizens that attend what's going on with the tax in Rockingham County.
And that's something that all municipalities, that's countywide. Is that about every 7 years? Is that about right? Am I remembering right?
I think so. And I think he's been to other municipalities and kind of explained what's going on with this appraisal and reevaluation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's first on the agenda tonight. Okay.
Yes. Mr. Paul Ewan is going to be there to talk about some abandoned properties, and he's got evidently some concerns and wants to see how, I guess, the board, the town could help them with these abandoned properties. Mm-hmm. And then we've got a consideration to amend our probationary period for employment in the personnel policy. Currently, the policy states 90 days, and 90 days is it's not a good time frame to. If you got someone that comes in new on job, you need to give them about 6 months to get acclimated to what they're doing and what's expected of them, and then have that evaluation. And if there are any issues, they can be addressed. It's not saying in 90 days you won't talk to them if you got some problems, but give them a probationary period of 6 months to try to get settled in the job and understand what's required of them and what they're supposed to be doing. So we're asking the council to amend that policy.
Yeah, seems more fair, doesn't it?
Yes, when I worked in Madison, it was always 6 months. So basically, because we work with police, and I did, and we normally gave them 6 months. And if there were issues that they need to be addressed, the probationary period can be extended. It's not saying that you're going to turn them loose in 6 months if they don't get to where they need to be, but if you got issues, you address those issues, and then you could extend the probationary period.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. All right. What's next?
Consideration to amend our current sports registration form. Mike, we're trying to make everything kind of clear to everybody that reads something. In other words, have the ABCDs in place to kind of explain what's expected and what you expect people to do. And we know that a lot of times at sporting events, especially when it's involving our children, our grandchildren, or whatever, sometimes we get a little fretted with the refs or umpires, and sometimes things are maybe said out of anger or what have you. And we just want to, everything's about safety now and making people comfortable when they're at these events. So in this new policy, it kind of addresses, or the new registration form, it kind of addresses some issues that parents need to be aware of. We need to make sure that the parents have insurance on their children, and where if we don't want anybody to get injured, but in sporting events, there's always a possibility of some child or someone getting injured. So we just want to make sure that we have got all aspects of the registration form covered, that's explained to parents or adults that are participating and what's expected of them and what's expected of the town. And we want to have a great recreation department. We want to have great events and activities for our senior citizens and adults and children. So we thought we needed to look at this a little closer and explain what we expect when people are either attending or participating in sporting events.
Sure, yeah. And the Parks and Recreation Department in Stoneville coming along nicely, getting an update on a lot of things, and just looking good with some programs, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Dylan Brown is our part-time recreation director, and he is working with Shannon and Delia, and helping him and working with the citizens and the children, and trying to get events scheduled that we can offer some activities for our seniors, our adults, and children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And looks like we have a new key person in town government.
Yes, we were blessed to hire Byron Curry as our public works director. We haven't had a public works director in over a year, maybe 18 months, almost 2 years. But Byron comes with a lot of experience, and not only is he certified to do what we need to have done, he is an instructor that gets people that come into public works and they're trying to get certification. He is a state instructor. So we're very blessed to have him with us, and he'll be introduced tonight. He came, his first day at work was last Wednesday, and he's hit the ground running, and he's very versed in his job and profession. So Stoneville is blessed to have gotten a person like Byron in to work with our public works. We've had, several issues with water and sewer in the past year. Of course, we're not the only ones. As I turn on the news every day, I see that Greensboro's got a road blocked because of a water break or what have you. We have some grant money, hopefully, that'll be to us in just a short period of time, that we can address some of our infrastructure issues with water and sewer, and then do some, upgrades that need to be done. So we're looking forward to Byron working with our engineer, Mr. Bill Webster, and LKC Engineering. And that relationship, they met yesterday, and it's like two mechanics talking to each other. They talk their own language, and they understood each other. And so we're blessed to have Byron, and the council has already met him. We want to introduce him tonight to the citizens who are there, and let them know that Byron's going to be a good asset to the town of Stoneville.
Well, that's great. So glad to welcome Byron Curry, new Public Works Director. Okay, that's basically the new business on the agenda. Anything else we need to mention?
Well, no. Basically, our senior breakfast is February 10th, which is this coming Saturday at 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at the Vera Holland Center. This is for our senior citizens that live within the town limits of Stoneville. It will be no cost to them, and I think that any senior citizens that want to come that live outside the corporate limits of Stoneville, there will be a small cost to them. But we try to do something every year for our seniors, and let them know we appreciate our seniors, because they've really been the backbone of Stoneville, and our young people coming up. If we live long enough, we will become seniors. So we just want to say, appreciate them, and this is just a little thing that Stoneville has done for the past 2 years to let the seniors know we appreciate them.
Yeah.
So that'll be on Saturday morning at the Vera Holland Center.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. Anything else?
No, Mike. We're just hoping, and I want to thank the citizens for kind of being patient with us when we did have this major water leak.
Oh yeah.
In the month of January, we had to cut off the water twice, and we're just in the battle of when you get cold weather and things happen, and they've got to be repaired. And some of these things you can't do under pressure, meaning letting the water continue to run. So we thank our citizens for being understanding, and it helped us to get a lot of citizens signed up on Code Red. Code Red it calls you automatically when we have a problem, if it's a storm or if it's a water problem, or if you're going to be without water for some period of time, and it calls all the citizens. And I think that they told me that last month when we had the water problem, we were able to sign up about 600 people on Code Red. So
wow.
that was a good thing. So anybody that's not signed up on Code Red, we ask you to call and let the Delia and Shannon there in the office, we'll sign you up and get you to whether it's a cell phone or a residential phone or anything else, if there's a problem in Stoneville that there's going to be some changes to the normal things we do every day, you will receive that call. So that to include storms. If we got a bad storm headed our way or what have you, then that would be included.
That so Code Red, very important indeed.
Yeah, and we're still working on the weather siren. Right now we have to manually turn it on and off, and but we've gotten permission. We have some grant money that's being spent for generators at the town hall and at the police and fire department. And once those are installed, we have permission to, if there's any remaining money of that grant money, to purchase the siren. People don't understand that siren's about $30,000. So we can do it with grant money. It doesn't take away from our budget and cause us to have to do other things or put off other things to get it done. We understand siren is important, but if you're on code red, you would automatically get a call stating that there's the possibility of a storm or what have you. But we try to work it to where people can get the information they need to get. So, and everybody now has a cell phone or a home phone, mostly, so you can get that information. And we advise anybody that's not signed up on Code Red to sign up.
Okay, very good. Well, Perry, thanks for the update on all kinds of important things. We appreciate that, and hope you have a good meeting tonight. Hope to see you there.
All right, Mike, thank you, and hope to see you this evening.
Okay, you bet. Thanks. Perry Webster, Stoneville Town Administrator. The agenda there he was going over for tonight's meeting. Closed session first at 6 and regular meeting open to everyone at 7 o'clock tonight at Council Chambers. And a quick reminder, too, that you can find out more about what's happening in Stoneville on their Facebook page, Town of Stoneville, NC, and then the website, town.stoneville.nc.us. I always like to remind you before we finish up, please support our hometown businesses. Shop local.